Oh man, welcome back to another T.M.I fitness cooking video. This is a low carb Asian slaw recipe. Should be a good one. Nice and low carb, but it's healthy. So let's get to it. So what we have here is a cabbage. It's a plain, regular cabbage. And it's a magic cabbage. I found a really neat way to cut this thing actually. It's a 1, 2, and there it is. Yep, magic cabbage. They don't really sell these here, but what you need to do is chop it up as finely as you can. This is where I realized, oh damn, yes, this is magic cabbage. I'll deal with it. Sure, why not? Moving on. You then gather all of your magic cabbage into a bowl. So you just want to get. You can also use red or green cabbage or both. It's really up to you. A good mixture of both is also good, but you know, ultimately you are the Macho Man Randy Savage of your preferably used cabbage. Next up, you're gonna chop up a yellow bell pepper. You can also mix this up too, so you can use red, green, and just gonna finely chop it. Well, not finely chop it, but you're gonna get it to roughly the same sized pieces, bite-sized pieces as your cabbage. So I'm just gently chopping into strips, and then halving those strips into even more delectable bits of bell pepper. And this one's on the sweeter side too, so this is a nice little side slaw that can go with anything. It can top, if you chop it fine enough, you can top tacos with this. You can just have it as like a little side treat for a meal. But it's an excellent low carb option. Could pretty much fit in anybody's macros because you can eat a huge bowl of it and it won't hurt you because it's relatively low carb and it's just straight raw vegetables, so it's good in fiber too. Now if you just watch carefully, this is the portion of the video where you're asking yourself, why is this man chopping this damn bell pepper so long? Like, he could have edited this part out. Could I have? Perhaps. But views, people. The man needs views. No, all jokes aside, I just didn't feel like editing this part out because some people don't know how to chop, and it is the size that matters, particularly when you want bite-sized pieces. You all want it to be even, so you just want to get it relatively to the same size, about the size of a quarter. So now we're gonna move that into our bowl. Just dump it on in like that. You can make this as spicy as you want to. So this is just the base cabbage and pepper mix. And here we got carrots. You could also, in this version, I basically just use these whole carrots, washed them, shredded them up. You can, if you would like to, you can find just like the bag shredded carrots. It's just less effort and it actually makes to a more even slaw on a whole. So yeah, like I said before, like this is something you really can play with and add a bunch of different things to it. You can add jalapenos or cilantro or any other extra spices you really like. Ultimately it's your call, but this is the baseline, the standard edition, the level 1, the Iron Man suit Mach 1 edition of this standard Asian coleslaw like side salad essentially. But this is how you peel for you peeling novices. This is also exceptionally long. Yes, I'm not sure why I left this in here either. But, hey, why not? We could talk about the nutritional effects of carrots, how they're high in vitamin A for vision. They're also delicious. I used to eat a crap ton of carrots when I was a kid. They were just great. Literally, like I would just chomp them like Bugs Bunny. I would literally walk around the house saying, "What's up, Doc?" They were delicious. I like carrots. Still do to this day. So you're gonna need a few of them, as many as you'd like. But particularly for this one, it was a huge bowl. Like this portion rationed out to about, as you'll see, about like a solid, maybe 2 to 3 days worth. So the way I got these carrots kind of shredded down was I used this like a standard grater, but I used the side that kind of shreds them in bigger pieces. So you kind of want to do it at an angle. You can't really see the way I'm doing it, but you want to, safety first, watch your hands and everything. Watch your hands and wash your hands, because you don't want to end up slicing your finger off. But you're just going to take the broad side, the one side of the grater that doesn't actually grate, it more so slices, and just go up and down until you eventually end up with some small but even slices of carrot. It'll look a little bit something. It will look a little bit like what we're dumping into the bowl right here. Boom! Look at that. Look at that beautifully sliced, even, proportionate carrot. So that's the third vegetable that goes into this. Next thing we got that goes in here would be red onions. Red onions. This I wouldn't substitute with white onions. That's still your option, but I definitely would not do that. White onions are a little too strong. But after that, you're going to add in your oil. This was particularly olive oil, but if you can find like some kind of garlic infused oil, that'd be good too. Or sesame oil would all be like really good. Then I added rice vinegar. They also that's the traditional Asian style vinegar. So you want to get the rice vinegar. Salt. Liberally add in your salt. And then just freshly ground black pepper to taste, as much as you like. But you definitely want to season this pretty well, because otherwise it'd just be a big plain bowl of vegetables. I mean, that's what you want. Some people like that, but I like my food seasoned. I'm like, next up, honey. That's just straight raw honey. So it does make it taste better if you use raw, real honey and not the overly processed garbage. So the best quality honey you can find will make this better. And then you ultimately want to just kind of get up in there. Once again, wash your hands for safety, but I like to mix so I can feel everything thoroughly mixed and infused. And just start incorporating your honey and your salt and pepper and your oil and vinegar. It's a real simple slaw. Like it doesn't need too much oil, because the vinegar and the oil kind of disperse pretty evenly once you start mixing it up. So you really don't need much. I'd say maybe a tablespoon to like 2 tablespoons each. Obviously add more to taste, but yeah, about 2 tablespoons each one, and you're good. Honey, maybe 1.5 tablespoons to 2 tablespoons of honey. And as you can see, this is a pretty big bowl. So, like I said, this portion lasted a few days, just because of the sheer amount of cabbage that I did. And this was an entire head of Is it a head of cabbage? Is that what you call them? When it's a whole. Sure, let's go with head of cabbage. And you just keep on stirring it up. Get everything incorporated. And once it's all said and done, you definitely got to try it. Definitely got to try your own food. You never know if it's too spicy, if it's missing some salt, some pepper. This was a pretty good bite, especially when you first finish it. It's extra crisp. Too much of the vinegar and the oil make it too soggy, so you don't really want to do that. So about 2 to 3 tablespoons each. And then this is the plating of it. What I made there was like also a quick, cheap and easy little Spanish salsa, which is just some black beans and corn and some other things, but that's not really what we're focused on. That's a story for another day. This is the Asian slaw episode. So we're plating that up. And as you can see here, it dishes out to about 6 even portions, maybe half a cup each of your Asian slaw. So a little Asian Spanish fusion going on here. And there you have it. This delicious Asian slaw recipe that can be used as a main or a side. If you're vegetarian, you can use it as a main. And this is just a delicious, generous side to have alongside your proteins and for low carb meals and dieting. If you like what you saw, please feel free to subscribe below for more content like this. Macros and nutrition facts will be down below in the description box. And as always, enjoy, eat clean, and meal prep. Because honestly, you can eat clean, good, and cheap. Hey, did you like that video? Well, click right here for some great content, and click right here for some more great content. Thanks for watching, guys.